I hope the connections are proper. So we'll start the class today. So good evening, Ashwin. So we'll start the class by I'll give you a brief introduction of who I am. So you have to know who I am. So I'll give you an introduction. Then we'll start the class. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Nice to meet you. And it so happen to be we are meeting in a very bizarre situation. I think what is happening outside is a very bizarre situation, and most of even including me, I am not in proper in the sense that proper mindset of seeing what and all is happening. It is a very tough time. So you guys preparing for prelims would also be facing this of dilemma of whether how to prepare with this situation which is going on outside. It's a very tough situation. I'll agree to that. But I think you guys uh, can use this situation, or you can use the time which is being given to you uh, very well, uh, because you have to stay at home. So please stay at home, please be safe. What is happening is looking really ugly. So you take care of your health. At the same time, if you see, uh, at the same time, if you see, you can very well prepare for this exam. This is what I wanted to give you. As soon as you are able to, yes, happy happy evening, but little little terrified at the news. Every seeing the news, it's really terrifying to see the news and the social media. But happy evening. But we'll start with the positive note of happy evening. How would we approach this class? Is I have basically PPTs, and I'll use the board as in the class. So as in the physical class, I'll try to use the board, and also I'll try to use the PPT. But because of this technical difficulty, when I switch between this board and the PPT, it takes a little time. So don't worry. And if there is any technical difficulty also, I'll again, maybe if there is a problem, I'll again reboot and I'll start the class. So you don't have to worry about that. But we'll finish the class as in a particular time. And within this class, I'll also give you a sense of how you have to approach this exam, prelims, mains, or interview, or how you have to get mentally prepared for the prelims which is going to come, which I think obviously they are going to postpone. I don't want to say confirmly, because the things that have to come from UPSC, but prelims, I think they will postpone, uh, because the interview has been postponed. So only when they finish the interview, they will conduct the next prelims. So this is the logic UPSC uses, and interview goes about 2 to 2.5 months. So the total length of interview, if you see, it will go for more than 2 months. So they have to complete that. Only after that they will keep the prelims. And looking by the things which is happening, you can don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly for your health sake, or also don't take lightly for exam point of view also. But use the time very effectively and in a healthy manner. So the introduction about me. So this is my name. So my name is Shivaraja Rajendran, and what I have done is that I've completed I've completed all the 9 attempts. So 9 attempts were there, and I have finished the 9 attempts. And in that 9 attempts, I wrote 8 mains. So all these 8 mains I wrote from 2012 to all the papers I wrote. So from 2012 to 2019, I wrote every paper. So I know this exam very clearly. That is the point. I know this exam very clearly, but I couldn't make it out to the final list by a very few margin. And this 2019 was my last mains. And during my interview, that is the point. Last year, uh, on the day, I think my interview was on March 20. last interview. This was last interview. March 23rd, 2020 was my this was my interview date, and this was the all India lockdown. This was the all India lockdown we faced last year, and I had to come back from Delhi. But I again went and after that is what after the lockdown, I again went, and but I couldn't make it to the final list in the last attempt also. So, but anyways, that is a different story. But what I wanted to say was I know this exam precisely because this is why. So in that 8 mains, 6 interviews. Indian Forest Service. This is Indian Forest Service also. I have given. You can trust me if I say something. I will not say just by hearsay or something. Uh, I have worked on this for a very long time. So if I say, please do think on it. So you don't have to follow everything which I say, but you can think on it and work on it. That will give you a really good start. And why I have been asked to take the social issues is that I have taken this is so in the sense that I started writing in 2012 mains. So at that time there were two options, not one option, two options were there. So at that time my options were this: public administration and geography, and one other option, psychology. Also I did. That is I started in 2010 itself. So at that time two options we have to study. So I studied psychology one, then geography, then I changed it to public administration. But all this change, all this mistakes I made, every mistakes in the book I made, but then I finally settled down to anthropology. So with this anthropology, this is where I got maximum interviews. So I wrote 4 times, and 4 times I went for the interview. So it is in a sense that anthropology, that is what I made mistakes. I had to find the so in UPSC, choosing option is very important. So the things which you like, things which give you mark, things which you are comfortable with are to be selected. Not somebody says this option is good, you just select and you'll get through this exam. No, selecting option, you have to be very careful. You trust your instinct, trust what you like, trust. Also the thing is that there should be material available. And another important point is that there should definitely be a mark in the sense that scoring option should be there. Somebody takes some option which you don't even know, means that will be a problem. So proper guide, 4 things: proper guidance should be there for the option which you choose, proper material should be there, proper mark, whether it is getting good marks in the UPSC exam should be there, and final, you should understand one fact: you are going to be with that subject for a very long time, so you should like it. Don't just take by because some topper took the option and hence I took it. No. So I for me this was a very big mistake. But then anthropology I really like, and in our institute also I take anthropology for a batch. But as a result of this, they asked me to take social issues. So that is why I will take social issues for you. So how I have designed this in the sense that I will how we are going to approach is that before that I'll give you the book list. So what is the book list for social issues? You can note it down. Very simple book list. Don't complicate. In UPSC also, one thing you have to understand is that no complication, no in terms of books or in terms of materials, in terms of any which way, never complicate. If you are going to complicate with so many books, so many collections, so many materials, it is very hard. Don't ever in the sense that you will keep listening to so many people. They will say this material is very good, that material is very good, this institute has released a good material, that institute has released a good material. No, have one standard book. If you want to go for some material, but Anna, standard book is enough. For polity, Lakshmikant; for geography, NCRT; for history, NCRT; for economics, if you have Ramesh Singh, okay. If you have some other very nice book, one book is okay. Or institute material. So whichever subject I say only one book. Okay, so that will be enough for you. And same is the case with social issues. If you see, book list NCERT is enough. NCERT 11th and 12th. There are, I think, 4 books are there. Please look into those. Books. Look into those books which are given in NCERT. NCERT, if you see, 11th standard will have 2 books. 12th standard will have 2 books. In the 11th standard, first book will be there. If you type NCERT, so you can type NCERT on Google. There will be a website, standard website is there. You can download the PDF from there, or you can go get the books. But what I'm saying is that 4 books are there. In that 12th, 2 books you have to read. Okay? You can read. You have to learn. You can read. It is nice book. 11th, there will be 2 books. In that, 1 is enough. 2 books, if you read also, it is good. NCERT, how many books you are reading, it is good for you only. Other than the materials which they give, or sorry, in the sense that institute materials, yes, but other materials which are available in the shops, many books, reference books, that book, this book, instead of that, read NCERT. Instead of whatever, you can increase your bookshelf, whichever way. That should be for your knowledge. Okay, if you are going to read many books now, it should be for your knowledge, understanding. But for UPSC, stick with standard books, stick with NCERT. So next is this book, Indian Society. Please get this one book. Okay, it is this book is enough. FC Dubey. Okay, very standard book. So this is the book. If you see, if you're able to see, it's a very 100-page book, simple book, very small book, 100-page book. Please get this book. Plus NCERT plus this book will be enough. Or if you want now, there is social problems by Ram Ahuja. Yes. Title, please check it now. Title, please check it, in the sense that there are 2 title of the 12th book. Both book you have to read. 11th book, please check it. First book title, I think Indian Society or something. You can read. The second book, I don't think you have to read. It's okay. Reading these 3 books will be enough. Okay. But this is Ram Ahuja. This book, please don't get this book. Okay, don't get this book. If you want, your friends in sociology, any sociology option student may have this book. Get the book, get the relevant chapter, read the relevant chapter, get the points from that, and please give back the book. So don't buy this book. No, just I'm telling you, maybe some portions are there in that book, that you can take and read and give it back. Okay, social. Next is, okay, reading newspaper. This is very essential. So for social issues, this is very, very essential. So NCERT, Indian Society, SC Dubey, newspaper reading, whomsoever it may say, many give so many opinions. See, I have written this exam so many times, and I know that you have so many materials, so many things, so many YouTube videos, so many YouTube channels, but every day reading newspaper 45 to 1.5 hours. This is enough. Not 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, no, or 2 hours, 3 hours, no. 45 minutes basic. You don't even have to take notes, because you will be given monthly notes, yearly notes, many things are there. So just 45 minutes to 1.15 minutes every day, just reading that paper is very, very essential. Don't skip this paper thinking that we have materials. No, material will not help you at all. Reading paper will definitely help you when you are writing mains. So these are the book lists which are very essential for you. This will be enough. Okay, so this is enough. Now we'll go and So the syllabus, next we'll go to the syllabus. So syllabus is this. If you see salient features. So if you, and another thing, please always, in the sense that always remember this: UPSC UPSC will never ever never ever ever UPSC will ask any question under the sun. No, that is a very false myth. Everything under the sun UPSC will never ask. UPSC will always ask what it has given as syllabus. If you see, if you take the paper of GS paper 1, you take the paper GS paper 1, you check for the questions which have been asked. The questions which have been asked will, for social issues, so other subjects others will be handling, but for social issues I'm saying. So you can even ask other subjects also. They will never ask anything else other than these words which are given in this slide. This is what we will cover also. So this is how you have to study also. So when you don't see, first thing in anything is planning. I think Tamil, you think Tamil, I guess you all are Tamil only, you'll know Tamil la? So for others, I'm sorry, because the jokes in Tamil only I can say. I belong to Tamil Nadu la. So if you remember Vadivelna, plan the first plan. If the plan goes wrong, then everything goes wrong. So remember this always. In others, that is what, for other subjects, if I say something now, it is not for only social issues. You can think about other subjects also, history, whatever may be that subject. And the syllabus which they have given, and the questions they have asked, UPSC questions they have asked, this syllabus plus this questions, you take my word for this. I can even vouch for anything. UPSC will not go outside the syllabus and questions. Okay, UPSC will always stick to it. Okay, well, don't fall for anyone saying that under the sun they will ask so many things. No, nothing they will going to ask. So we'll see. So this salient features of Indian society is what we'll see today. So this will be one class, because from this one question will come. So from this they are going to ask one question. So this class is about this question. Today we'll see this. Okay, today we are going to see this. And then this question, the role of women and women's organization. This, I think, two class will be there, because if you in this part, UPSC, how many questions they ask is that GS paper 1 they ask two questions, GS paper 2 they ask one question, paper 3 they ask one question, paper 4 they ask one case study, definitely from this only, and then one essay compulsory they ask. This many questions are there in that topic. Role of women and women's organization, what we have. Yes. Yes, in prelims, it is prelims. They will see prelims. They will ask in a different manner. There is not specifically social issues, but there are syllabus related to that. Okay, in prelims, I'm saying for mains, social issues is pertaining to mains. GS paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. We are talking. Okay, so understood that. So this will be about two classes will be there for this, and then this question. So then this question, effects of globalization on Indian society, compulsory one question, so one class. So this is one class, this is two class, and this one class, and then this one. Okay, communalism, regionalism, secularism, there will be one question. Either they will ask communalism or regionalism or secularism. So this either or they'll ask. So one class for this. So totally 5 happened. So 1, 2, 3, I think two, 3, 4, 5 class. And then this poverty, population and urbanization. Okay, population, see, check this, population and urbanization, one question, so one class. Yeah, this poverty and development issues you will have discussed in your what to say, your economics class. So that will be dealt by a sir who takes economics. So we will be completing, if you see, totally 6 class, maximum 7 class will be there. So maximum 7 class. So within this 7 class, we will complete the whole syllabus, which we have seen now, in a very easy and simple fashion. I'll give you an explanation for your understanding, but I'll also give you points. You please take down the points. Don't think that social issues we can write anything and everything. No, it is not possible at all. And if you see any person saying that they just thought about the answers inside the examination hall and they wrote the examination, no, they are definitely lying. It is never possible to go inside the examination hall and just on the spot improvisation. No, you have to study, you have to prepare, you have to get the points right now. So that is what we will discuss in class. So whatever points we discuss in class, please note it down. Okay, so we'll so totally 7 classes I said. So 7 classes will be there. And slowly I will see the question. So if you are able to see the question, so these are the topics which are predominantly asked in UPSC. So we'll see the Indian culture today. Indian culture topic we'll see. But before that, as I told you, syllabus is very important. Syllabus is very important. And also another thing which is important, I said, was questions. Okay. So see the questions, how many questions they have asked. So look at the questions which they have asked very closely. In a sense that if you see women and women related issues, see the number of questions they have asked each year. So I have not taken the questions which they have asked in 2020. You see, you have to see, because see why I am showing all this is that this is what we will be discussing in class, not the question per se. We will be discussing the topics, but your ultimate aim should be how to write the topic. That is the point. So what they are asking, if we are able to see now, we can approach the exam very easily. So see the questions they are asking, see the number of questions they are asking. So this is why I said 2 classes will be there for women and women related issues. There are so many questions related to that. Yes, no, you don't have to copy. You don't have, see. You don't have to. You don't have to copy. I'll each class we will see each one. Okay, don't worry. You don't have to copy. Just I'm asking you to read. Okay, don't copy. Vana. All this is UPSC question. Now I am not taking any other question. All this UPSC question which they have asked in paper 1, GS paper 1 now. No GS paper 2 question 3, 4 la edukla. This is paper 1 question. You just see that. Okay, just have a look at it, and we'll each class, each topic, we will see all the questions. So see the number of questions they have asked, and this caste system they have asked. So we'll be discussing about that in one class. And then they have asked, this is scheduled tribes will come. You have to you can this is actually history and mixed together. Okay. And secularism, as I showed you in the syllabus, see the syllabus, secularism would be there. See the syllabus, see the syllabus again. Secularism here, secularism, regionalism word. See this, secularism, regionalism, communalism. This topic, either one will be asked. See this slides. Secularism, 3 years they will ask, and then they will ask. So communalism, regionalism. Sorry. Just a moment. Communalism, regionalism they ask. Okay, and then secularism they ask. So just each class, before the class, I will show you this question. Don't worry. You don't have to copy. You don't have to do anything. Each class, just giving you a brief introduction. Don't worry. And then globalization, that is a topic, as I told you. See the number of questions they have asked. So this is the number of questions they are asking. And then today's class will be this. You can see this question. Today's class, culture and diversity. So what they've asked, do we have cultural pockets of small India all over the nation? Elaborate. In the context of diversity of India, can it be said that regions form cultural units rather than states? Yeah, that is, in the context of diversity of India, can it be said that regions form cultural units? You remember this question, please. Okay, and describe any four cultural elements of diversity in India and rate their significance. So now, shall we go? Is it okay? Now this introduction is okay. This slide is what. Now the class, I'll tell you the topics, but remember, have these three in back of your mind. So shall we go? Is it okay? Shall I remove the slide? Yes, done. So we'll go. So have this three question in your mind, and we'll go to the topic. So salient features. This is the point. Salient features of Indian society, diversity of India. This is what we will see today. See now. Okay. So the internet will be a little, at times it is slow. So please pardon me. I'll again say the salient features of Indian society, diversity of India is what we are going to see now. Okay. So please, can you say what are all the salient features of Indian society? Can you say what do you think are the salient features? For example, India as a society has been there for nearly 5,000 years. So what are all the salient features you think, in the sense that what do you think are our salient features? Diversity is in the word itself. Salient feature cast, you can say this. See, like this I'm asking, what are all salient features now? What are all the unique features of India? Patriarchy, very good. That is very good. Multi-religious, very good, very good, very good. Patriarchy, very good. Okay. Patriarchy. Discrimination, is it a salient feature? Discrimination based caste system we have done. In that, how discrimination happens, we will see. But discrimination per se, is it a salient feature of Indian? Means joint family. Very good. Family. I showed you the slide. Multi, very good. That is the point. Many said I will show you here. Okay, very good. Very good. This is the list here. But Anna, see this. This is the list. Okay, this is the list. You can add many things. See, I have a list now. These are not the end of it. You can add many things. Agriculture based economy. See, other than agricultural based economy, we have, for example, Indian society. If you see today, agriculture 15% down. What I am saying is that 5,000 years, what is that unique for us? Unique in from 5,000 years starting 3,000 BC. If you see, this keeps happening. 3,000 BC, from 3,000 BC to 2000 AD or 2020, I'd say 2020 AD, what are all the things which are there in our society which is actually distinguishing us from China, or distinguishing us from Australia, distinguishing us from what to say, Europe. This is distinguishing in the sense that there is no caste system la kediyadu. Okay? This is very unique. And then the family system in India is a very unique concept. And you can say patriarchy. Uh, Superstitious belief. You can say that treating food as medicine. Very good. All this, see, all this, if you are able to see this, all this, if you see this and all is there. And you said food as medicine. Somebody said food as medicine. Somebody said what to say, many languages, they said many languages. Somebody said superstition, and I forgot to read many things. Wait. Okay. Many languages, and what to say, various religious religious denomination, correct, multi religion, correct, all this multi religion. Traditional dress, very good, traditional dress. Dress ne vechiko, traditional illa dress, okay? You can say dress. Religion is main. India is a very country with many religion. All the religions of the world are in India. Tolerance, very good, tolerance, very good, and idella irukku everything, tolerance, and you can say include that tolerance and love. Tolerance irukku, okay va? And yes, absolutely, why can't we say Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam? All these are, see, religion irukku, you can say tolerance, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. All these are values. Okay, values. If you see, all these are, இது வந்து GS paper 4, tolerance, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, and love, many things are GS paper 4. In values you will be studying in GS paper 4. Pati sir would have taught you value system. But ana, what we will study in this social issues is this religion, food, many languages. See this, many languages, superstition will come in religion. And then somebody said dress, and can you say festivals unique la? But you check this, in this word, religion, food, languages, superstition, all will come under something called as culture. This one single word actually captures all these things. What you have listed down, it actually, culture actually captures the value system also. So culture ku vandu two parts irukum. One vandu value system, and that value system will be tolerance, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, love, respect, respecting elders. All these are GS paper 4 la vara value system. Adula vandu you will study ethics and values. Adula value nu or topic irukum. And the value ku keela, what are all value you will study is, for administration you will study honesty, integrity, many things you will study. But these are all moral values. So tolerance, respect will be there. Okay. But what we will study here is religion, food, religion, language, dresses, something like that. Okay. So we'll go to the next slide. So what is culture? So we are going to study this only. What is culture? Is the point. So if you see culture in the sense that I will ask you this question, you think about this. in a sense that uh, the whole world is there, and whole world lab, there are so many species, so many innumerable number of species இருக்கு. But ஆனா in every nook and corner, in every continent, in everywhere, even in Mars, even in Moon, only humans have gone. Only humans have gone. And even, for example, this corona happens to be a very deadly virus. Okay, a deadly virus now, it is actually making us really do so many hard work. But Anna, we are trying to contain it. We are making vaccines, we are trying to contain it. We are even fighting, if for example, if this had happened to any other species now, that species would have been wiped out. But Anna, we are actually jumping back. We are jumping back, we are making stuff happen. We are present in every continent. And you can take the word like, for example, we rule. This is not a correct word, but we rule the world. Why is that we rule the world and no other animal is able to rule the world? For example, elephants happen to be a very large thing, or why humans are the only species who rule the world? What is that unique for us? Extra sense, set of morals. Okay, any other thing irukku? Sixth sense. Sixth sense na ennaது? Sixth sense. Okay. Sixth sense. Okay, let us assume that. Adaptability. Very good. Rational thing. Who said that? Harini. Very good. Social animal. And adaptability. Okay. Technology. Inventions and technology. Okay. Many things you said. Many things. Is there any other thing? Very good. Communication. Yeah. If you see why we are able to do this now, the answer is right before you. This is what we discussed right now. That is because, does any other, in the sense that, does any other animal have a culture? In the sense that, does any other animals talk like humans do? We have so many languages. Before this slide, we talk about multilingual. Yeah, we speak so many languages. For example, in this batch, there could be so many people of different languages. But Anna, we speak one language in English, and then we are able to communicate so many things across this region. You are sitting somewhere, I am sitting somewhere, but Anna, we are able to communicate. Can this be done by any other animal? Think about it. Can this be done by any animal which is sitting? For example, this animal is sitting in Chennai. You may be sitting, you are also other. Somebody said we are a social animal. It's the point. What is this social animal? We are animals, but we have social web surrounding us. That social web is called as culture. Idam point. And the culture you gave everything. We talk communication, and somebody said adaptability. This adaptability, if you see, are examples. Religion, in the sense that today you will believe something. Today you will believe something as true. But if the religion says something else tomorrow, you will immediately adapt. For example, if the Pope says something, or if the religious book says something, today if they believe something, tomorrow they will immediately believe the other thing. This is what is called as adaptability. You cannot change an animal. You're a chimpanzee. Okay, you cannot change, for example, a chimpanzee or something, which animal, like you cannot make them as this adaptable as human beings. Okay, but ஆனா இது எல்லாம் நீங்க எடுத்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா, all this, if you see, this multi language, multi religion is all peculiar to humans, and it is called something called as culture. And the culture தான் இந்தியால what culture is there ன்னு we are I, in the sense that I think the connection gets a little low at times, because in this evening and the rush வந்து இருக்கு, so it gets a little low, so please bear with me அது வந்து, because I am also trying. Are you able to follow? அது follow பண்றீங்களா? Is it okay? You're able to follow, la? That is okay, right? Your my question was, are you able to follow? Okay, la. Because at times, because the evening la, evening is what, because of everyone now operates in internet dana, evening this connection gets a little low, and it gets a weak. I'll try to maybe I'll try and have some other connection, or revise the connection again, but I'll start I'll start. Okay. Okay. So we'll go with that. And again, if there is any connection problem, na kuda, we'll sort it out. But anyways, come to this point. So culture. What is culture? This is what I said. This is why, if you see, Analda, if you see, there will not be any temple for temple for elephants made by humans, but elephants as per se, they don't have temples, or lions will not have temples per se. Or you cannot, for example, ask a chimpanzee and tell the chimpanzee that if you are a good person today, after you die, you will get good things in heaven. You cannot convince a chimpanzee like that, or you cannot convince a tiger, lion, no. But you can convince a human being, because of this culture which is there, because of the something called as religion. So when you have that, obviously you are now, we humans rule this world. So adukku definition வந்து இதுதான். What is this culture na? It is that culture is that complex whole which includes everything: knowledge, belief, art, moral, law, custom, any other capability. This is a standard definition I took from sociology book, so anthropology book I took. You can have a simple definition of culture, or you can take any one definition you can have. You can have one definition of culture. Culture is that complex whole. You can say that one definition is very, very essential. So adukku I had two, which suits you, you can take. And what Malinowski says is that culture comprises of inherited art, everything: artifacts, goods, technical. This is what now you said: technical process, ideas, habits, everything is, see, this value. In this value only Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, whatever we discussed now, being good, honest, everything comes here. So everything that you inherit because of your membership to that society. That is what is culture. India la, you are member, and hence you have the goods, technical skills, ideas, habits, values, which have been there in India. Okay? When you go to China, you will have values, habits, ideas, technical process, goods inherited by you because of all the culture which has been there in China for 5,000 years. India na inge or specific. That is why, if you see, in India we will eat something different. China, they'll eat something different. In India, we will wear something different. China, they are going to wear something different. These are all not in a sense that even in India, India make cultural diversity. In India itself, you will have so many dresses, so many food, so many different food, different festival, different languages, different religion. Nothing is above or low. Somebody wearing a jeans pant and t-shirt is not very modern. No, that is a thing which they wear for comfort. Okay, but something someone wears for because their own culture says something. It is good for them. All of them. What culture teaches is that because of your membership of a particular community, you have culture now, and hence this whole world there is very different types of culture. So definition edukonga. And the second point is this. This is the key point. Culture has two elements. This is the key point. Everything now you said is in this key point. Two things. One is material aspect, another is non-material aspect. The non-material aspect, so that is which is not that you cannot see that. You cannot see that in the sense that okay, God, no one can see. Okay, religion, that is religion. No one can see. Same way, language, we can speak, but we cannot feel that. That feel panna mudiyadhu. Okay, and language. And next, belief, art, values, customs. All these are called as non-material aspects, intangibles. They are not something which you can feel and know. But here comes the other part. The next part is material. This you can feel, food you can feel, cloth you can feel, technology, tools, the mobile phone in your hand you will feel, architecture, you can feel that. These are all different types. If you see one region, for example, Tamil Nadu எடுத்துக்கோங்க. Tamil Nadu you see this. Two things will be there: material, non-material. You think about the food in Tamil Nadu. Think about the clothes in Tamil Nadu. Think about the technology or tools in Tamil Nadu. Think about the architecture in Tamil Nadu. Okay, and next, think about religion, language, belief. Inge Tamil Nadu you think about it. Religion, what religion is there? What language? Tamil we speak. Belief, here the belief will be something. Art, there will be something in Chola art. Values, what we feel in Tamil Nadu will be a different value. Customs and ritual, we follow something. So, but the same way you can compare it with a different region. It will be a different thing. But both these material and non-material will be different things for different cultures. This is the diversity in cultures we'll see. Okay, next slide. This slide is very important. You copy, please. Okay, next slide I'll go. Is it okay? Finished the next slide. I'll go to the next slide. Very important. Okay. Next is this. So culture, but culture types, and then how would you, in the sense that I said that there are two aspects: material, non-material. How are you going to teach that person? That is the point. I am born. Actually, if you see, human beings are born. This brain is like an hardware. This brain is like an hardware, but this brain is like an hardware which you cannot actually work only with that. You have to have a software, and this software is nothing but your culture. Okay, in the software, into this hardware you have to upload. Otherwise it is not possible to what is that, work properly. And hence we'll have this uploading process. What is that uploading process? Now it is called as socialization. So the process of learning to behave in a way, how to be in, that is what you will behave in one way in India, you will behave differently in USA. For example, after you turn 18 years old, you cannot be at the person's house or your father or mother's house. But India is not like that. And somebody said joint family, unique system. Yes, joint family na living with your parents kuda unique system na. In USA it is not, it is not, they'll laugh at you. But Anna, that is the point. That is not very good, and this is not very bad. Here, after 18 years, also we live, and that is a difference. Other difference. And what is that now? That is what is called as the socialization process. Why we don't think that this is very wrong? They think that that is wrong. Living with their parents is wrong, and they think. But here we don't think that way, because the process of learning how to behave, we have been uploaded this software. That person's software is different. Adanala he thinks that it is very bad. But Anna, this is what is called as the socialization process. Second process is called as the acculturation process. This is socialization. It is taught in your school, family. It is taught in your work. Every day they'll teach you this. When you are born, from your born to till your death, you will be taught this culture very regularly. Okay, and then the next process is called as acculturation. Acculturation is, for example, you go to USA or you go to Europe, immediately you will start picking up the language of that region. You will start picking up the slang of that region. You can think about any person who has gone, your friends might have gone, you think about how they speak. So when they come back and when they speak now, they will speak with the slang. That is acculturation. You should not think that they are actually deliberately doing. No, when we go someplace, we actually adopt it. This is the point. We adopt, acquire, adjust to the new culture. Immediately we do that. You go to North India, you'll start using the language which they are having. You start eating the food they eat. You will start eating, or you will start celebrating the festivals they have. Watching watching movies also, that is also true, in the sense that nowadays we watch a lot of Netflix. We watch a lot of Netflix, and with that Netflix we watch a lot of serials. In that serial, not Tamil serials, but the serials which they make in USA, if you watch all these serials now, what you will start imbibing is the value system they have in their society. And that serial you would have seen, they don't live with that family. And if you happen to see, and the value system now goes into you. All this, actually in India, it's completely different. India, we live a very separate way. We have something called as this collective living. Collective living. We actually live in collective societies. We want to have this collective responsibility now. But United States, if you see, it will be an individualistic society. I na சொல்லுவாங்க. So when you watch Netflix now, you'll be watching all those series. And for example, if you watch Friends in Friends Madi or serial, it cannot be. They actually, if you know, in Jaya TV, they tried Friends, making Friends here. They copied Friends and they started making some Krishna house they made, but it did not get hit here. Yeah, Friends was a huge hit all over the world. Friends serial. Yeah. But in India it did not get hit. Yeah, in the point, simple point is Friends is a story about six people, six friends who live together. But India, if you see it is happening. India, male and female friends, they live together. Yes, it is there. But whether it is accepted in society, தெரியல. அதனால தான் இங்க ப்ராப்ளம் ஆச்சு. But what I'm saying is that when you go immediately, when you go to USA, you will get accultured, you will get adopted. அதான் point. Okay, then the next process is enculturation. This is enculturation, is you learning yourself through books, stories, things you see. So in the software, in the hardware kulla, you have to upload. So for uploading, this is the process 1 this, process 2 this, process 3 this. So this is simple. Idan culture process. Okay. uh, shall we go next slide? Okay. So and what is diversity? What is diversity? You should know. See, when we are talking about diversity, we are not talking about diversity between individuals. No, this is a diversity between social groups. Idam point. Diversity, when unity in diversity India lana, we are not talking you are different, I am different. No, we don't talk that way. Diversity in India means social differences between social groups. What is a social group? You should know. For a very crude example, I will give you this. CSK, or you think about this. Vijay Ajit fans. If you see, these two people keep fighting. If you check Twitter or whatever you want, they'll keep fighting. Why they keep fighting? You think about it. First thing in human beings, first human being, when you are born, okay, when you're born, first you start coming to play. Yeah, because you have to have the children playing, socialization process. How the society's process gets imbibed to you is first on the play. First you go outside, you start. This is how you will learn. This is how what scientists say is that there is a wonderful book. Actually, I was reading right now. I'll show you after the break. In that break, they say that. Sorry, in that book, they say that uh, we learn how to be moral, how to be good, how to work towards the society on the first and the play level. This is where everything starts. So this is where, for example, when you are when you are somebody will, if we are cricket you are playing now, you get bowled now, you give the bat. You don't actually the நடுவுல கொஞ்சம் பக்கத்தை காணும் போது you don't get the bat and you say no I will not go. You will actually give the bat and go away. These are all rules. இதான் morals. What you are learning is not rules of cricket. What you are learning is morals of human beings. That is, if I am losing now, I have to give the bat. Idam point. This is the first thing. These are all simple things. Now you can think that is a law or matter, but that is how we learn. But now coming to this point, humans are born, we play. But the next thing what we did do is we want to be part of a group. Immediately or friendship group. This we belong to this group, we belong to this section, or we belong to this area. All this group slowly starts from if you think from 5 to 15, or you can take 18 years. All this will start from 18 years. Slowly area group will start. All this is our human psychological development. This is how we develop. But after 18 and the area develop and the area develop then we'll come to actor Vijay Ajit. Okay. And all this social group, if you see, will have these points in the point in the human. Okay, this is in NCRT, but this is very essential. All these groups, if you see, they will have persistent interaction, stable pattern of interaction. Somebody, this is addressing, or you will see that there is a sense of belonging. Rules irko, rituals irko, symbols irko. You think about it. Vijay fans or Madhi, Ajit fans or Madhi irvanga. They will address each other as separate titles. They will not address each other with the same title. The group in which you belong, you will address it accordingly, and they will have shared interest. Vijay movie, if it flops Vijay also, he will not feel bad, but this Vijay fans will feel bad, because as I told you, humans are born and we actually get part of a human group, and that human group actually have this persistent interaction. Everything it becomes our own. So his loss, because this is point, that is a very bad thing, but it is happening. Humans work that way. But if you see, all this social group is okay. This social group which I explained to you is okay. But there is another social group, religion. So after 25 till 25 to 30 years, அதான் நான் first சொன்னது group, then small group, then you will form area group, then you will start the CSK Vijay Ajit fan, then after 30 you will start becoming religious group குள்ள போவீங்க, then you will start language group you will start going, and then this gender group you will start going. So I am this is from first itself, but Anna you will start going to gender group, but all this இப்ப பாருங்க, this they will have separate this you match with, yes, very good, அந்த விட்டனா, okay, caste, very good. This after 25 30 பாருங்க, அப்படியே one or actually politics is also there, but leave politics is not in our syllabus, but politics also ஒரு group ஆயிடும். So this group will address that group, oh, if for example, if you think about it, and the book I will show you, that book actually gives you the reason why they fight. For example, if something is happening in a, you ask the person with having a particular political affiliation that, see that this person has done like this, he or she will not answer the question. Yes, they have done this, and because of this they சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க. They will immediately say your group வந்து ரொம்ப நல்ல குரூப்பா, okay, or you think about Ajit Vijay fan, okay, if I say, for example, if I say this what is that movie, some Bigil or something, okay, not Bigil, I said Sura movie was, any fan please sorry, okay, but Sura movie was literally intolerable, so I said Sura movie, what movie does this? Now immediately you know what reaction they give. They will not justify the movie, they will not போய் விஜய் போய் you go and see Ajit movie, you only are you are an Ajit fan, but I am not an Ajit fan also, okay. When I am addressing something, you think about this social group in which you belong, it does not even let you to think, okay? When you are having this whole thing, it becomes your group. So when you are, so when, and the point is that becoming part of a group is not a problem, it is very essential. As I said, first part we will do that only, group தான் பண்ணணும். And in WhatsApp also, think about it, WhatsApp group la what even if you don't interact na, we have so many WhatsApp group, Facebook group, everything will be in a group da. Even when you say that I am a very individualistic lonely person, I am a lone wolf, you will have some group somewhere, okay. But Anna, what happens is that when religion, language, caste happens to be a group, and when that becomes a very chauvinistic attitude, you will start having something called as communalism. This syllabus la irukka? Today we will see this part. In the part la varum parunga, communalism, casteism, and language on the regionalism. These three things are there in syllabus. Idan point. But Anna, today we will see this religion, language, caste next class, okay. We'll take 5 minutes break, and you can come back and we'll see the topics, okay. Okay, 5 minutes break, is it okay? Yes, take 5 minutes break. Okay, so come back again. So we'll start the class. So we'll again start the class. I hope everyone is back. Remember the questions we first slide I showed you about culture and diversity. Yeah. Now we'll go one by one. So what are all the cultural factors? We'll go one by one. And in that cultural diversity, remember that two things, material and non-material. In non-material, religion, language, belief, value, so many things were there. Non-material, food, dress, architecture, many were there. In that, how many ever possible in this class we will discuss. How many? Because it is not possible to discuss everything and each and everything in a very elaborate fashion. Also, it is not possible. But very important constituents, I will start discussing now. Yeah. In that, first is this ethnicity. First is ethnicity. Okay. What is ethnicity means? What are all the constituents of Indian society in our concept? So how does that work? Just one thing, not actually not based on ethnicity, not based on mother tongue. Ethnicity based on race, and they will say race. What is that? Now we are going to see. Okay, and one point is that do you know the place where human beings evolved first? Any idea? Africa. Kenya, okay, Kenya, directly Kenya, okay. Rift Valley, even that, okay. All this is in where? All this is in Africa, correct? So all this is in Africa. Rift Valley, correct. Rift Valley, Central Kenya, all this comes in that point only. But what happened was at around 60 to 70,000 years, 60 to 70,000 years ago, okay, 60 to 70,000 years ago, what happened? There was an environmental catastrophe, and a set of 50 to 150 people. Okay, a set of 150 to 150 people, actually, if you see, they started in this way. They slowly came through this way. And if you see in the map, if you see that Arabian Peninsula and the cone of Africa will be a little near, only some 2 kilometers or something only. So if the sea level goes low, you can easily walk past it. So now there is a sea, but at that time, because of low sea level, people walk past. And at the year, this is 60 to 70,000 years ago. And this band of people, they walked and slowly came to this place. And this is what is called, in the sense that I'll use the this is the topic in under ethnicity. I'll use the analogy by an author called as Tony Joseph in this book called as Early Indians. Early Indians, where did we come from? Is the book. Yeah, I'll use the analogy which he uses. He says Indian society is like a pizza. He says we are like a pizza. He is saying, why he is saying pizza? Na? We are mixed up of many migrations. We are not like in the I keep hearing Seema Nana saying Purva Kudi. There is no Purva Kudi. If you go back in time now, almost everyone has come to this place through migrations. And hence, if you see what India is composed right now, what India is composed right now, and the migrations which happened, and the mixing, and the mixing FD. So what are all the mixture in the fruit mixture or in the pizza? What are all the constituents? So the first constituent on this 60,000 to 70,000 years they come, and they are called as Negrito. That's Negro and Negrito. So first they only came, and it is around this 60,000 years they came. And if you happen to see this, the first Negrito race, ethnicity la Negrito. Okay? And if you see any characteristic which I am going to say is not for making fun of anyone, but character padikano, and the character enna theriyum. So if you see that character, their character will be black skin, very black, dark skin. South India la most and South India la all of us, most of us, or not all of us, most of us are very dark skinned. And that is why if you see in Fair and Lovely, fraud vella. Fair and Lovely or Glow and Lovely, all for fraud. Chance this skin, how much ever other the Shivaji movie, it's never possible. Never ever possible. It is not, you can, the glow, there is nothing called as glow. So why in the sense that this ethnic group which we came, all our ancestors were there. So they came, and they will be black, and they will be short. South India most will be like short, now medium height. And then third will be, it is called as a frizzy hair. Frizzy hair na tanga nar, okay? Not like the hair is usually there, but it's a frizzy hair. In this book, if you please, in Gocheng Liang, go check this. Gocheng Liang, desert climate. Okay? Gocheng Liang, desert climate. Okay? In that Gocheng Liang chapter, desert climate, there will be an example called as Bushman. Bushman is nothing but this. Bushman is the Negrito. This is what we are describing now. So if you see the picture Bushman now, and I'll tell you a movie, you can watch that also. Gods, if you are a person who loves watching movie, please watch this. Gods Must Be Crazy. Very nice movie. Okay, Gods Must Be Crazy. Very nice movie. UPSC not only read books, UPSC you can also watch many movies also. It will help you in preparation. But coming back to this point, in that Gods Must Be Crazy, this Bushman will be shown. And their characteristic will be like this only. Black, short, frizzy hair. And the example, next one, the example. India, who are the example for these people now? If you see in Andaman, there will be people called as Jarawa, Ong, Sentinels. These are all tribes. Sentinels, very good. Sentinels. These are all tribes, even still living there. Okay, even now they live there. And according to your Article 19, another anyone? Ong, Jarawa, Sentinels. You know Article 19. Freedom of movement. But Anna, can I move? So I will, for example, right to freedom. Freedom of movement. Can I, for example, go to the Sentinel? 2 years back, actually 2 years back, there was a person. Very good. The point. You remember the name also, man. Very good. Very good. John Allen. Okay. I remember that the person was a missionary. He went to that island, I know, but the name I forgot. But name also you know. Very good. So that person went to that. So can we say that I have freedom of movement, and hence only that I am going there? Can you say that? No, la. With reasonable. Very good. With reasonable restrictions, and in that reasonable restrictions, if you see, this reasonable restriction clearly specifies that this reasonable restriction clearly specifies that you should not visit this place where scheduled tribes are there. Why na? These are all the first people who came to India, and they occupied our land, and you should know that they have always been isolated. So on the first wave la vandavanga anga apdiye they are isolated. We are like pizza. நம்மலாம் இந்த மாதிரி மிக்ஸ் ஆயிட்டோம். And that is why if you see I'll be black, I'll be short, but Anna, I'll not have this frizzy hair. I'll have a wavy hair. I'll have a smooth hair now. Why na? If you happen to see, we started mixing when that on the pizza item, we started becoming, India became a pizza. But those population and the Ong, Jarawa, Sentinelese, if you see, they are still the population which were there, which came and they got isolated. And if we freely move, for example, this corona will have a very serious effect on them, very, very serious, and their population is very low. So one person goes there and I have a freedom of speech and expression and movement, and if you go now, so that is why they have specifically restricted movement. Such is the magnanimity of our Indian constitution. That is the beauty of Indian constitution. Okay, now come to this point. This first, okay, this negrito is first. Second, now comes the second point. So if you see this 60,000 as I said, 60,000, correct? But this did not stop here. Actually they went till here, and this is where, if you see that one fake Boroda will come, Tamil Nelam, they'll say, what is this, there in YouTube there is one thing, I forgot that, they say this, anyone knows that? Lemuria. They keep saying that Lemuria Kandam. Actually, Kumari Kandam, okay, whichever way. But this is the point. Actually, here in geography, you would have studied continental shelf, continental plain. This is a slightly upward plane. In that time, 60,000, 70,000 years, in that time, the water level, as I said, the water level was actually low, and hence here also low down, and hence this movement was possible from here to this place. Okay, and they moved through this down, and the Lemuria Kandam வந்து Sudan land னு சொல்லுவாங்க. But that Lemuria la Tamilians were there? No. Lemuria la Kumari Kandam, where we were having a kingdom? No. Because at 60,000 years, 70,000 years, we could hardly speak. In the Bushman language, the Bushman language will be like, they make sounds now. If you see that movie, you will find that, you will see that they, how they speak now, their language does not have words. They will have knots. You can put it in YouTube, you will see. And hence this point of having Tamil being 60,000 years old, it's false. Tamil I am a person who likes Tamil, but it's a false. Why this false? This movement they say. This movement they say that there was a Kumari Kandam and 60,000, nothing was there. But now come to this point. At 60,000 years, in the Ong, Jarawa, Sentinelese, they are the Purokudis. Tomorrow, when if they come and ask their land, we have to shift. Okay, that is, all this is their land. Okay, now come to this point. So second layer. So I said that this layer in 60,000 years, 70,000 years reached here. So it reached around 45,000 years they reach. Okay, but when they reach now, you think about this. When they reach, they can actually come back again. They can come back again. Correct? And hence they came back again. So second layer is called as Proto-Australoid. This is the second layer. So second is Proto-Australoid. Same, first the color. What is the color? They are actually a little brown. Next, height. They are medium height. And hair, actually woolly hair. இதான் நான் சொன்னேன். இந்த பாருங்க மிக்ஸ் ஆகுது பாருங்க. woolly hair, we have woolly hair now. We don't have frizzy hair most often. And the most of the people in Tamil Nadu, if you see, most, I don't think they have this frizzy hair. This surutta mudi many don't have, but we have this woolly because mixing out bar mixing. Okay. Then fourth is the example. So all the, if you see in your constitution, there will be a something called a schedule 5 area. Okay, all the tribes which live in this schedule 5 area belong to this proto-australoid. Santal, okay, Munda. In modern India, many rebellion you would have studied. Whole Santal rebellion. Have you studied Santal rebellion? Whole rebellion, Munda rebellion. Have you studied that? Modern India? Yes, la. Tribal revolts, la. Under tribal revolts, what are all the tribal revolts you studied? Santal, Kol, Munda, correct? All these tribal revolts you would have studied. All these tribal will be in this region. The region. All these tribals, why they are protesting means they form a population which were the second wave into this country. This land belongs. Second is these people, and the third, this is the second. Santal, Munda, Kol, all will be in this region, in the central region. Okay, and the third, now comes the third. Okay. Third is I think northeast la, there is a word, I forgot the word. Okay, but you take it as northeast. I'll give you the word once. Okay, not Mongols. I think just a moment. Not Mongol. I forgot the name. Mongoloid. That is the name. Third on the Mongoloid. Correct. Mongoloid. Correct. Mongol கிடையாது, Mongoloid. Okay, so third is Mongoloid. If you see who are these Mongoloids now, in the இடத்துல பாருங்க 60,000 years I said that people came here and they moved to India and then they moved to Australia. But now one branch went to this place also. Okay, one branch went to this place also, and one branch went to Europe also. See the timing. இங்க இருந்து இந்த இந்தியாக்கு வரதுக்கு 60,000 years. Sorry, 10,000 years. Then they went here, and this distribution is how the whole world. இப்போ பாருங்கன்னா whole world colonize ஆயிருக்கு because of these people. இதுதான் strange fact. In the first start on a 50 to 150 people have moved on. Adala subsequent population chain agi, subsequent generation agi, they moved to one place here in Europe, then they moved to China, then they moved to Australia. This whole colonization of the world, as I said, no other species is able to do all these things. We were able to do that, and that culture is what we are studying now. In that culture, ethnicity we are studying. And now come to this point. In the Mongoloid, 45,000 years they went here, and automatically they came through this route, northeastern route. So how, what is the feature? Same. What are all the features? If you see, they will be yellowish, and they will be medium height, not short, but medium height. Third, they will have a wavy hair. Fourth, example. All the example, you can say Naga, all the states, Manipur, all the northeastern states. And if you see the northeast, there will be a mountain. Northeast, there will be three mountains here: Dafla, Miri, Mishmi. Okay, Dafla, Miri, Mishmi. Very important prelims question. All are examples. Okay, all are examples of Mongoloid, and they will have this peculiar character. The peculiar character, it is epicathic fold. They will have this epicanthic fold. No, eyes will be like not like normal opened eyes. It will be like a fold. They will have an extra layer of thing. Adhanal the eyes pathina apdi irukum. But Anna, you think about this. I said that the three, we are a pizza. We are a pizza. But we are not pro Negritto, we are not proto-Australoid, we are not a Mongoloid. We are like a mixture of all these things. Example, you think about Mamata Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee will have a Mongoloid feature, but Anna, she also has a central India feature. In the mix, all will have take other. I said I am black and short, but Anna, I will not have that frizzy hair. This mixing happens. Okay. This is what India. India cultural diversity, first diversity, this ethnic diversity. In the ethnic diversity mix, who we are is the most important point. So shall we? We'll go to the next point. Okay. This is the point. First topic ethnicity. Okay. Second comes language. So next is languages. Okay, how languages in India are there? We said that there are multilingual languages. Actually, true. There are, according to the language census, more than 1,600 and yes. In Northeast, Dafla, Miri, Mishmi. Okay, please look at the in this area. See this area. Prelims, you should know this area very clearly. Prelims, they keep asking this question. What are all the rivers there? Important, not every. For example, map, when you are studying, you should not be like studying like Google Maps. So there is some river which is coming from some Sandh Bondala. No. Main rivers. What are all the main rivers and the main mountains? If you see, there will be three mountains like this. Not the three, it is not three mountains, it is like it is part of that greater Himalayas. Okay, greater Himalayas or the part, they will have three different names: Dafla, Miri, Mishmi. Actually the sequence can also be changed. Please check that. But Anna, idan three mountains is this: Dafla, Miri, Mishmi. But sequence check panikonga. Okay? Sequence check in the map. But now come to this point: languages. Okay? And as I said, so first is this. So till if you happen to see this Mongoloid, three waves we saw. First wave on the Negrotoid wave at 60,000. Second wave at Indo-Proto-Australoid at 45,000. Third wave came into India through the northeastern at around 4,000, 5,000 years ago. Okay, third wave on the latest wave came at 4,000, 5,000 years ago. Through northeast it came. But here there was a civilization called as Indus Valley civilization at around 3,000 to 2,000 years. There was a civilization here which was called as Indus Valley civilization. This is the civilization, Indus Valley civilization. Sure. And what people usually do, what people are saying is that What language was spoken there? Do you know the language which was spoken in Indus Valley Civilization? Brahui. Ah, very good. Where did you see that? Brahui. Who? Any? They told you in the class, huh? Okay. What language? But Brahui, no. Brahui, no. Brahui, Anna, it's a correct thing. I'll use that. I'll tell you this. Oh, Shogun sir told. Ah, okay, okay. Okay, okay, very good. But Anna, language which was spoken is that the language which was spoken here is called as Proto-Dravidian. Okay, Proto-Dravidian na, not the Tamil. Dravidian languages. Dravidian languages you will know. Dravidian languages is Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Tulu. Okay, the Dravidian languages. But what language they say was spoken there is Proto-Dravidian. That is father or mother, or father and mother of all these Dravidian languages. Earlier, which language was spoken? It was not Tamil, no. It was not Telugu, no. It was not Malayalam, no. It was the root of all these languages. So it was so in the sense that and how do you say that? How do you say that in Kekamudda? That is where, for example, do you know a place called as Baluchistan? Baluchistan எங்க இருக்கு? Iran or Pakistan? Pakistan, correct la? In Baluchistan there is a place in Baluchistan, correct, Pakistan. Okay. In Baluchistan there is a place where they speak a language called as Brahui. Adan Shogun sir would have told you. In Baluchistan they speak one language. That language is Brahui. And if you take Brahui and Tamil, both actually overlap. Not overlap, na, romba similarities. There is so much of similarities. So if you think about it, how would a language which is being spoken in Baluchistan have a relation with a language which is being spoken in down south? It is not possible at all. Something would have been done. Adavachida, they keep devising all these things, and scientists have saying, or linguists are saying, that the language which was spoken in Indus Valley Civilization was Proto-Dravidian. And what happened was, at around 2000 years ago, so we have come till here. At around 2000 years ago, again go to Gocheng Liang. Okay, again go to Gocheng Liang. Just a Okay, again go to Gocheng Liang. There will be a region called as Stepi. Okay, there will be a region called as Stepi region here. And Gocheng Liang, Stepi region, how many months rainfall in Stepi region? Stepi region, climatology, they would have taught you. Stepi, how many months in a year rainfall? Stepi climate, how many months in a year rainfall? 3 to 4. Very good. Very good. Very good. It's a prelims question, but very good. 3 to 4 months. Look into all these things which I say. Prelims question, yes, please go and check that. Okay. But now come to this point. What happened was, at around 2000 years or 2000 BC, not 2000 years, 2000 BC. So that means 4000 years ago, there was a climatic shift, and because of this climatic shift, Indus went low. Okay. Indus Valley Civilization depends on Indus for all these things. But when climate change happens and there was a low, this problem came, water went low, and only 3 to 4 months rainfall in the Stepi region also went low with water. So as a result of which people started migrating, not invasion. It's not Aryan invasion, it is called as migration. And the language they spoke here, it is called as Proto-Indo-European. இது ஒரு group. Okay. Proto-Dravidian, one group. Proto-Indo-European is the language which they spoke, and there was a migration slowly here. Like this started migrating. Okay. And what happened was the people in the Indus Valley civilization, they started slowly migrating towards the south. Slowly in the corners of Narmada, in the corners of Vaigai, in the corners of they started. So they are a civilization which were dependent on river, Indus Valley civilization, and hence they started migrating into the peninsula and they started settling. Idha nadandichu. And when they started settling through other Narmada, they started settling. They started settling around Krishna, Godavari. They started settling around Madurai, and the Keeladi, which is happening. If you happen to see Keeladi, the excavations which are happening, that excavation which happens in Keeladi and the things which are found in Keeladi are very similar to Indus. Idan the connection. Okay, this is how archaeology connects it. But now the point in language, what it comes now, I said it is Proto-Dravidian. So after this migration, it started becoming Dravidian. That is Dravidian group of languages. So here in this region, Dravidian group of languages, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, and any other language? Tulu, very good. Tulu, Aishwarya Rai. That is how I remember. Aishwarya Rai is Tulu, so I remember that. So very good. So and what are all the classical languages? So in the sense that classical languages are there in India, how many? So maybe I'll come to this after this. Maybe now we'll finish this. Classical, I'll come just wait. We'll come to that. Okay. First, we'll finish these groupings, language group. We'll finish, and then we'll come to that. So, in the way Varda. So second, it's coming la. So slowly, what this happened? They started settling in this in Gangetic plain. So the people who came, they started settling here, and if you see here. If you see here, so what are all the languages here in Parana? So here Proto-Indo-European. Why Indo-European? Abdina, idan question. Why European? Where did it came? Indo thane irukno abdina. If you see the migration, once it did happen here, but it is not a one-way migration. It was a many other. The stable climate went low in water. So just. So steppe climate went low in water, and hence there would have been many migration. And hence, if you see, they started migrating towards Greece also. And one other wave went to Iran also. That migration happened. And if you see, how do you say all these things now? Archaeology also gives it, but language also helps. Language, how it helps now? For example, they take the language of Rig Veda. Okay, what are all the important gods in Rig Veda? Any idea? Rig Veda, most important god. First, Agni is second. No, Proto Shiva illa. Proto Shiva no. Indra. Indra is the first. Indra the first. A maximum number of hymns are dedicated to Indra. And then Agni. Then Soma. Then Varuna. Okay, Agni, okay, Varuna Soma. Check that. Archana, you can actually, which is in the, this is a prelims, okay, but before 2000 prelims is there. Maximum number of hymns dedicated to which god was one prelims question. But Anna Soma Varunava, Varuna Soma, we can see. But now come to think about this. You will know that Indra is the god of thunder. Correct? Indra is the god of thunder. Agni is the god of fire, and Soma is the god of wine. Varuna, I think, wind. Yeah, but Anna, you would have seen some movie called as Avenger. Yeah. Avenger la important hero. Who is that hero? Avenger movie hero. Thanos. Thanos villain. Thanos villain. Hero. Thor. Thor. Thor இது என்னது? Thunder. Actually, Thor இது வந்து it's not European, it's இது lightning, correct? Thor வந்து Nordic countries னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Nordic countries is like in the above northern Europe is called as Nordic. Okay, in that myth Thor comes. Okay, in that myth Thor comes. Sweden, Norway. Okay, but in Greece there is a myth. In Greece, if you see, there is someone called as Zeus, someone called as Poseidon. This movie also came, like Poseidon. Okay, someone called as Hades. Who is this Zeus? He is the god of thunder. Who is this Poseidon? He is the god of fire. Who is this Hades? He is the god of underworld. Okay, va? Varuna ocean. Okay. Varuna ocean. Then okay. Actually, Varuna ocean means that is very good in the sense that here also one ocean or person is there. Actually, Poseidon or someone. What I wanted to say was Varuna. No. Vayu is air. Correct. Wind is Vayu is correct. Varuna is ocean. Then you are correct. In the sense, what I wanted to say was, see the correlation. In the ரெண்டுத்துக்கு correlation பாருங்களா. The stories of Zeus and Indra will actually overlap. Both their stories are same. Both their stories of Agni same. Every story is same. How is it that possible? This is the point. And that is why இது வந்து Proto-Indo-European, not Proto-Indo. Proto-Indo-European. This root has been the root for all Greek, Latin. அங்கேயும் come here. இங்க வந்தபோது India, what it has been the root? All the languages in the North Indian region, all the languages, Hindi, Sanskrit, okay, all the languages in the North Indian region, Bihari, Gujarati, okay, Rajasthani, any other languages? Okay, Rajasthani, Odia, any other languages? Urdu also you can add. Yes, Urdu. Marathi. Yes, very good. So Marathi. Okay, Marathi. Bengali. See, I am very bad at enumeration. Enumeration is very bad. See, Bihari la there was 3. In Bihari la, if you see here, in ancient history, you would have seen there was a kingdom which started. It would have been called as Magadhan kingdom. The first Magad kingdom they would have said. And hence in Bihar there would be 3 languages: Magadhi, Maithili. There is a movie called as PK. In that, Amir Khan uses Bhojpuri. But because of use of Hindi, okay, because of Hindi homogenization, these 3 languages now are not spoken in that area. Now Bhojpuri, even Amir Khan, when he spoke Bhojpuri in PK, everyone thought they, or if you see Amish, I think many movie in Mirzapur, they will speak this local dialects of Bihari. But overarching, if you see Indo-Proto-Indo-European or Indo-European. So Dravidian languages, so many are there. Indo-European, so many are there. Yeah, many are there. Third, now come to the third part. So third part is here. So here Dravidian and Indo-European we spoke. Third is Northeastern. Third is Northeastern. Okay, third is Northeastern. Third group is Northeastern languages. In Northeastern languages, not same Naga, Manipuri. Yes. No. No, like that you cannot add. See, Mata in Hindi and mother in English. No, you should not add. Adula vana. They won't ask that. Adula solra. For all many things which I say are for your understanding. Okay? But what we have to write is first question. Remember that India is not. India is a India is a country with many cultural zones. That's the question. Remember that. We'll go back to that. But Anna, what you are saying is also true in English. Mother and Mata most most often, if you see languages overlap. Okay, but now come to this point. The Northeastern is there. Now come to this point. Okay. NCRT, if it is NCRT, right? Okay, if it is an NCRT, very good. If it is an NCRT, please note it down. Sivapriya, yes, note it down. This point, if it is in NCRT, na, you can definitely write. நம்மளா ஓனா எழுதக்கூடாது அவ்வளவுதான். நம்மளா ஓனா மட்டும் இல்ல, the things you read in some other book also you should not write. Very careful இருக்கணும். NCRT and standard books, that is only things you write in mains. Okay, NCRT if it is there, please do write. Now come to this point. Northeastern Naga, Manipuri, and then all these three languages. These three are languages too. Mishmi, Miri, Dafla, Miri, Mishmi. These are languages too. Okay. So three things, three groups we saw, three languages group. Okay, now come to this point. Now third and now fourth. Go. It's called as Austric or Austric languages. Okay, all the languages which all the tribes, Santal, Kol, okay, Munda, all the languages in the central India. Earlier we saw the tribes Santal, Munda, Kol, Gond, we saw. If you see their languages, Santal, Kol, Munda, that language composes of the fourth group, which is called as Austric. Okay, so now I think language is over. Now come to architecture. Fast up. I have some slides. Architecture. I have some pictures. Please, I want to go to that slide. It's okay. Four you've copied. Shall I go to the slide? I have that original pictures of so I wanted to show you that. Okay. just a moment, so that the slide, let it come. Once the slide comes, you can see. Yes. Okay. Next is architecture. Okay, in that, remember that culture, non-material, material. In that, as I said, values system, values ella vasudhaiva kudumbakam idella GS paper 4 la. Ostric languages, tribal zone, tribal zone. Yes, correct da, tribal zone. Ostric languages, tribal zone. The center part, okay, center part, whichever is there, is Ostric languages. Next is next we are going to see architecture. Okay, so let it come, waiting for it to get uploaded. Okay. And if you see, I told you that India is a very huge country with very what to say, very long tradition. So in that, architecture is very important. So in that architecture, first is this. If you see, architecture would have come. Architecture is material form of culture. Remember that. So architecture would have come in the form of, first there was no temple and all. First there was nothing called as worship. They just to worship Indra, Soma, Varuna. All these are nothing. God I am worshipping wind. I am worshipping water. I am worshipping fire. I am worshipping the things which is striking from above. All of that. But after Buddha comes, Buddhism starts a structure which is called as stupa. And where does Buddhism get this stupa na? This is in villages even now. It is called as Nadukallan solvanga. That if somebody dies, they will or somebody important from the village. That is not everybody. Somebody important from the village dies. They will bury the person and they will have a stone above them. This is practiced even today. Okay, even today, if you go to villages, it is practiced. And from that, this practice of stupa was taken by Buddhist. Okay, at around 500 BC, the stupa culture was taken by Buddhist. And if you see stupa, Karnan movie larka. Karnan is my favorite. Oh, this Karnan. Okay. Sorry. This Karnan movie I did not see. I thought there is one Shivaji movie, Karnan, That is my favorite movie. Shivaji. So Shivaji movie, Karnan, is my favorite. This Karnan I have not seen. I'll maybe see and I will tell you. But if it is there, maybe yes, true. But coming back to this point, Sanchi Stupa, you see this, it is very similar to this is called as Torana. This is called as Torana. And if you see this round, there will be a round here. You have to round it. This is called as circumambulation. And in this circumambulation, spelling, please see that circumambulation is circling. Okay? And when you are circling in this region, all the tales or Jataka tales these are the stories of Buddha. Buddhism after Buddha dies, people start making these tales, Jataka stories, they say. And this story will be depicted in the pillars. All these will be there. And this form started. And hence after this, the form started actually. And after this, what happens? Hindu religion, or it is called as earlier it was called as Vedic religion, and that Vedic religion took this form and it converted into something called as temple. That's the point. So, and in this temple, if you see, slowly a temple form architecture starts here in northern India, actually nearer to Sanchi. And the first temple I will show you, that temple is called as Nagara. Slowly, they start on the first temple picture is there. I will show you. This architecture. See, idan the first in terms of Gupta Empire la எப்படி இருக்கு பாருங்க. The temple is nothing. This is only one Garbhagriha. ஒரு sanctum sanctatorium. This is sanctum or Garbhagriha, sanctatorium. This is Nagara, the starting of Nagara. It is called as Nagara style of architecture. Okay, starting of Nagara. Yeah. This is the first temple or first initial phases of temple. In Guptan Empire, temple starts. In Stranchi, how they worship, they have this dome under which people are buried, or the remains of people are there. But here what happens is that they start worshipping images. And the Guptan period, this temple is called as Dasavadara temple. Dasavadara temple at Diogar. That temple, this is not that temple. This is something which is actually closer to Sanchi. Maybe I'll check this if I get the image of that Dasavadara temple at Diogar. But Anna, that is what you are saying is the temple which started, which is called as Nagara. Yeah, Nagara. That is what you have to remember. Nagara. And then what happened was, first Nagara inge, சரியா? Then you will have a temple architecture here in south. It is called as Dravida. Here you see this. This is the Dravidian architecture of temple, and this is the same la Nagara Madiye. Inge there is something called as, this is Garbhagriha. Okay, and then this is called as Shikara or Vimana. In Dravida it is called as Vimana. Okay, this is Vimana. And see, there is nothing. There will be a place where you keep the god, and then there will be a peak here, and that is called as Vimana. And above this only there is something called as Kalasa. And Parisalan tells a story. Do you know? I don't know whether you know Parisalan, but there is, or you know Bhumi. There is a movie called as Bhumi, where they say that the kings made this Kalasa, where they have this preservation of seeds. No, actually all this are Baroda. But architecture is true. Kalasa, there will be a something, and then you will have some part here in the middle. In the middle, it will be called as Mandapa. And the end, you will have something called as entry. What is the entry name? You know, entry name, entry of temples. Very good, Gopuram. Very good, Gopuram. But Gopuram is actually okay. Gopuram in Tamil Nadu, it is high. Gopuram, if you watch in Annamalai temple or this Brihadiswara temple also, Gopuram is very high. It will be very high. Actually, this why they made high na, temples are like fort. From here they will be watchtowers. In Titanic movie la neenga pathina theriyum, Titanic movie la there will be two people standing in front to actually watch if there is going to be any iceberg. Same way, these are all watchtowers. Adanala dhaan Gopuram will be high. Okay va? Rajagop. See, idu update Vijayanagara, please update, fix it. Vijayanagara. Next we'll go. Gopuram was initially correct. It was, but I will come to that point. First three characteristic mudichikalam. Okay, first what is that? Nagara, then Dravida we have seen. This is the Dravidian architecture. See this? Shikara, idu Shikara or Vimana. You can or in the sense that Vimana is the Kalasa. And then this is called as Mandapa. This is Garbhagriha. Okay, then this is Gopuram. Actually, Gopuram is a little high. Yeah. This is Nagara. You see, this Nagara has a little change. This same Garbhagriha, same Vimana da. Here Vimana kadiyadu. Here it is called as Shikara. Hindi la Shikara na peak. Okay, mountain peak. Shikar na peak. So in North India they have this Vimana. What is that peak? Dana the barna. It is a peak now. It is a mountain peak. Okay, that is named as Shikara. So in North India it is named as Shikara. But same mandaba irukku parunga. Same mandaba. But there is no Gopuram. The small variations. Nagara ku Dravida ku small variation. And you should know here Nagara, here Dravida. In center it is called as Vesara. Vesara, very good. Ingeda Vijayanagara will come. Somebody said la Vijayanagara. Here only Vijayanagara will come. Here only Hampi will come. I will show you. I have that picture, original picture, and the picture, like edit the picture I got. Hampi. I will show you that. See this. What is Vesarana? Nagara and Dravida mix. Okay, mix. This is what India is all about. India is not one area. It's a very strange fact that we are all, in a way, like I said, pizza mixture of ethnicity. Like that, everything is mixed down. It is not like I cannot the கொண்டாடவே முடியாது இது எந்தன்னு nothing can be said. Everything will be like one kind of, because I will show you the picture of that Hampi. Hampi will be here. Hampi will be in Karnataka. Mixture, idoda mixture will be here. I will show you the picture. So this is see this Dravida would Gopuram, how it is like this. Okay, wow. And there is something called Nagara would picture. This is Nagara. See, I will show you the original picture also. Vesara, this is Vesara. This is something called as Hampi Madi. Mixture now. Okay, the original picture is this. Here it is. In the I will tell you. But this is the Guptan Empire. First, near that Sanchi Stupa, they found a temple which is very similar to Nagara. And I will come to this yellow rock cave. This is the rocket cave of Aihole. Rocket temple architecture is there in India. It is a picture I found in somewhere my friend sent me. But this is I included. But here comes it. Chalukyan Empire inge irukum. Somewhere here. Okay, see the temple how it is. Brihadiswara temple is different, but here a little different. The Gopuram is a little the Vimana is a little smaller. Badami Chalukya, yes, exactly. This is Badami Chalukya. Exactly, correct. Very good. Full form looking, very good. Very good. Okay, it is true. In the sense that this is the temple. So, but see the temple structure, it is a mixture now. Next picture, like no clear. This is Mahabalipuram. This is Mahabalipuram. Chalukya lerunda apdiye inge konjam vanda. Here, if it comes, it is the Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram will be apdiye parangala. Inge irundhu Nagara slowly here somewhere it starts Chalukyan Empire. Then slowly inge Pallava, Mahabalipuram. From Pallava, then Chola Empire. And the Chola Empire is the temple which they make Brihadishwara temple. But all this, why it is very similar and mixed now? There has been cultural transfusion from top to bottom to up. So here Mahabalipuram, and I'll show you this. Okay, and this is the temple, and one other thing is that. Okay, see this. Okay, just to see it as in the sense that I got an image. This is an image of. It is in culture. In your culture book, it will be given as Yaksha. Okay, Yaksha is the first image of goddess or the Even before the temples were built, Yaksha was something which was prevalent in India. Okay? In the Yaksha image, this is an image in Pahari, or it is an image here in Uttarakhand, in the area. In Uttarakhand or this area, this Pahari painting is there. Okay, painting is also a cultural part. Like painting, Pahari painting, there is you'll read in culture. Okay, but Pahari, there is a painting in Uttarakhand. It is late now, 13th and 14th century. Okay, but Anna, this image on the 500 BC. See this both image actually similar now. Or images, that is what that is what is called as this syncretic culture. Our culture is not one way, it is actually a mixed way. For that I took this picture, but anyway, come to this point. Okay, and you see this dance, this is dance on the Hoysala. There is an image, this is Bharatanatyam. Okay, I think Bharatanatyam, but dance also. So picture lab, how it is there. But Anna dance, if you see, same movements in which are there in architecture actually has this. Okay, now come to this. Okay, this is enough. This will be enough. Now come to one more, last one more. I think 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes or 5 more minutes. Last one more thing we'll see. Okay, architecture we saw last. I think 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes. How much is there? Okay, ODC. Yeah, okay. I have. So please, you have, what is that? Ornament. Okay. ODC is a very important language dance to be learned in culture also. Please check that ODC on the. Okay, Hoysala ODC correct only. Hoysala is somewhere around Karnataka. ODC correct. 7 minutes. Okay, exactly 7 minutes. Let us finish last one. Food. Last one is food. So when I in the year 2014 I went for my first interview. In that year there was a person called as Rajni Razdan in the board. Rajni Razdan, uh, everyone was terrified of her. Rajni Razdan board, if we go, they were terrified. So first interview I went in 2014. I was really literally terrified that she should not come because she asked strange question and all. In that strange question, she asked a question: arrange India, arrange India according to oil seeds that different regions use. This was the question she asked in the interview. Arrange India according to different oil seeds that are used in India, different region. In South, what is the oil seed we use here? South, what oil seed we use for cooking? Sesame, no? Groundnut. Sesame is nalla, correct dana? Sesame is nalla. Okay, correct. Then, okay. Then here completely mustard, sunflower. I think sunflower irukku. And any other oil in North India? Any other oil? Mustard they use. Any other, Coconut. Yes, very good. Here it is coconut. Here it is coconut. Okay, and then this is groundnut, sesame. This is mustard, and you can, any other oil we can talk about. Okay, and you can talk about something called as. So let us leave that. Okay, but And one small fact I'll have this, and then we'll go to the last question முடிச்சிடலாம். Okay, and then you can talk about festivals. Okay, festivals, if you see in Tamil Nadu, Tamil New Year, now it came la Tamil New Year. Ada vandu they celebrate something here as Baisakhi. Same festival they celebrate different. In Kerala they celebrate it as I think Vishu. Kerala what name? In Karnataka I think Vishu. Kerala there was one name, some other name. Here Baisakhi, same festival, same day. Kerala da Vishu. Okay. Kerala da Vishu. In Karnataka they have some name. Okay, but on the same festival, same day we celebrate as Baisakhi. There are so many examples. Now have this in mind. Just to look at this again. Now come to this point. Ugadi, Karnataka Ugadi. That is the point. Tamil New Year, Vishu in Kerala, Ugadi in Karnataka, Baisakhi in Punjab, all same now. Just a moment. Now see in the question mattum paathittu you please go. After that we will close the class. Now see this. Bihu in Assam, that also you can include. Very good. That also include. But now come to this point. Do we have cultural pockets of small India all over the nation? Elaborate. Don't we have small culture or cultural pockets? Language Austric, Indo-European, Dravidian, Northeast. Isn't this a small India? Okay, ethnicity Negrito. This is Proto-Australoid. This is Mongoloid. So ethnicity we have something. What is that? Ethnicity, small India. Next, architecture. Nagara, Vesara, Dravida. Isn't a small India all over the nation? Cultural pockets are small. These are all cultural pockets. Then come to food. Mustard seed, groundnut. Here, okay, or coconut oil here. And then festivals. Here Tamil, here Vishu, here Bihu, here Baisakhi. Same cultural pockets are there. You can talk about dress also. You can talk about anything. See, not only the things which we discussed right now. You can talk about anything which you want. You can talk about. And here you see this in the context of diversity of India. Can it be said that regions form cultural units rather than states? Can you say the Varanga state, there are Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra, many states are there, but it forms a cultural unit. Same way here, so many states are there, but it forms a cultural unit. So many states are here in North India, but it forms a cultural unit. Correct? And then come to this point. Describe any 4 cultural elements of diversity in India. Any 4. We discussed so many. Food, architecture, festivals, whatever comes to, or you can talk about religion. You can talk about language. You can talk about ethnicity. You can talk about anything. They have asked 4 only. So can you write this question? So this will be enough. Okay, we can close the class. Any doubt? Any doubts here? Karnataka Ugadi. Yes. Any doubts? Shall we close? Is it okay? Yes, doubt. Solunga. What doubt? weightage of, okay, idan doubt. Weightage, social issues weightage, if you see the in the culture, if what we discussed cultural aspect la, what is that, architecture we discussed, architecture la important question in prelims now. So mostly it will be useful for your mains, but book வந்து this I'll write it. See, yeah, acculturation. Okay, acculturation is something you have when you go to a society, when you go to a culture, you get accultured or adapted. IFOS interview also I went. Acculture, first I will explain this. Acculture, you adapt to the region where you go. So for example, I will tell you one example is that I belong to Tirunelveli. Okay, but I have been born, brought up in Tamil, Ingadam, Chennai. Da. I have no idea of how the language is. But Anna, whenever I go to Tirunelveli, whenever I go to my hometown, I'll immediately pick up the language there. Yela, Vala, you know, like, you know how they speak, and that is acculturation. Okay, that is acculturation. Wherever we go, we adapt immediately. But enculturation is reading through books. Okay, reading through books, movies, something you see, and then you adapt that. That is enculture. You enculture yourself. Acculturation, you move to that zone and hence you adapt. But enculture is you yourself through your experience adapt. Uh, the book, okay. The Karan oil seed kind of question, I didn't get that board. I got some one other person. That person also same kind of terror only. So my first interview was a terror interview though. And pizza book on the nice book. But Anna, read all these books after you clear this exam. Early Indian, Tony Joseph. So, Indian Tony Joseph is the book from which I said that pizza money. Okay. Indo-European, you want the slide again? Okay, Indo-European slide up. Okay, and my mail ID is this. So you can. This is my mail ID. This is my mail ID and this is my phone number. But I am not. So as it is indicated, I am a late 80s kid, so I am not that good at typing. So I don't think how I will reply, but I will try to any small letters or large letters, everything will actually correct. Okay, so you can actually send me a message also, but if I am not replying, sorry. Okay, IFOS interview, yes, I went. IFOS interview, I went. I hope I have answered all the questions. Okay, so shall we close? Okay, we'll close the class. Okay, we'll see you. We'll see you. Books. Okay, again books. Tomorrow, shall I say book? Tomorrow I'll say. Tomorrow I'll say. Yeah, tomorrow I'll say. Tomorrow I'll say start with the books again. Tomorrow I'll start with the books again. This is the mail ID, siva86.exams@gmail.com. Okay, enough. Say good night and have a nice day. All the best.